Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use my currently in alpha stage Canvas Scraper command line interface. So this program can be used to quickly and easily download all assignments and modules from a Canvas course that you have access to, which will automatically be organized into folders upon downloading. So firstly, you're going to want to navigate to this GitHub repository linked in the description, where on the home page you can find the same instructions that I'll be going over in this video. Secondly, you're going to want to make sure that you have some sort of version of Chromium installed on your computer. For most people, this just means to have Google Chrome installed. And then scrolling down here, you can find two ways to use the program. I'd recommend for most people to go to use this method, which is just going to the Releases tab and downloading the latest release. This is easiest because the release contains a semi-compiled version of the program, which would prevent you from having to deal with other dependencies such as Node.js and NPM if you don't already have those installed on your system or you're not familiar with them. I have tested this method on Windows and Linux. However, I'm unsure about macOS, so if these instructions that I go over in the video don't work for you, then I'd recommend going to this second method, which is just using the source code, which just basically tells you to install Node.js and NPM, which you can find those instructions on these respective pages, and then just working with the code itself. So without further ado, I'll just demonstrate this method right here. So like I said, you're going to want to go over to the releases page and go over to the latest release. Right now this is the latest release, so we're going to just download this zip file first thing. And then once that's downloaded, you're going to want to go to your downloads, obviously, and here you're going to have a zip file called Canvas Scraper, and you're just going to want to extract that. I'll use 7-zip to do so. Extract it into its own folder. Most people, you can just double click this and drag all these files into a folder. And then you can delete that zip once you're done with it. So now we can go into this Canvas Scraper folder. And here, the only thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to want to go into this dist folder. And here you'll see 3 different files. These are all different executables for Mac, Windows, and Linux. This tutorial is obviously on Windows, so we're going to just take this, I'm going to cut it, and you're going to want to paste it back into the main folder with the rest of the files, and then you can just delete this dist folder right there. So now that is basically all you need to do to get the program working. Now what you're going to want to do on Windows at least is you're going to want to shift right click, and then you'll be able to see open PowerShell window here, and that's going to open up a terminal in the folder. And this is basically how you're going to use the program. On Mac OS, you would open up another program, or you would spotlight search terminal and navigate to the directory accordingly. If you don't know how to do that, I'd recommend just Googling that. And on Linux, if you're using Linux, I'm assuming that you know how to do that. So yeah, now we have the program here. So to use it, or to get started using it, you can just type in canvas-scraper-win.exe. Just type in the according executable name on your system, and then you can do -h right there. Sorry, you're going to want to do // to indicate in your current folder. So then you'll see instructions here on how to use it. The program right now currently only has 5 flags. I'll just go over each of them. So one is -o, where you can specify the output folder that you want your course to download into. So if you wanted to download your course into a specific folder name, that's how you do that. There's -c, where you can specify your cookies. You'll see why that's important in a second. And then there's -a, which would command the program to scrape all assignments, and then -m, which would command the program to scrape all modules. So before we go ahead and start using this, you're going to need to get a copy of your cookies from your web browser. So that is the method of basically faking the authentication for the web scraper. So this program basically boots up a headless version of Chrome in the background, which then is used to navigate through the Canvas course and get all the different links and get all the downloads and download them. So you're going to need to get your cookies in a JSON format. There's many different ways that you can do this, but assuming that you have Chrome installed on your system and that you're probably using Chrome, the easiest way that you can do it is by installing some sort of extension. Now, if we go over to Canvas, this is the course that I will be scraping for demonstration. There's a extension on the Chrome Web Store called Cookie Manager, where you're going to want to basically, once you have it installed, you can click on it in the extensions tab, and here it'll list all your different cookies. You're just going to want to select all of them and then hit this export button, and then it's going to download them in a nice readable format in JSON. So then now you're going to want to go to wherever that downloaded, cut that, and paste it into it. And default, the program will look for a folder called, or a file called cookies.json. So I'm just going to rename it that. You can kind of see the format of what it would look like here. So yeah, now we can go ahead and start using it. So this is the course that I'm demonstrating. Here's the home page for it. You got all of the different assignments on here, and you got all the different modules and their various sections. So yeah, so we're just going to try it out. So to get this working, you're going to want to copy the home page of the course. So just wherever it says, like it's probably your school's domain, respective domain here, and then courses, and then the course number. So you're just going to want to copy that. You're going to go back over to the shell. You're going to type in Canvas scraper, get rid of the help flag, and then we can just give it the assignments flag, the modules flag, and paste the course link in there. And then you're just going to want to hit enter. And it's just going to go ahead and start scraping it. I'll fast forward through this part. All right, so now that it's done scraping, there seems to be some sort of error here, so I'll fix that later. But otherwise, as you can see at the end of scraping at the assignments, you get an assignment summary. It would tell you underneath if like certain assignments failed to download or failed to scrape. And then same thing at the end of the modules, it should print how many modules were scraped, the number of sections, and then any files that like failed to download. Clearly I have some issue in the code, but otherwise it should be totally fine. So now if we go ahead and go into the folder, you'll see there's a new folder called courses. Click in there, you get a folder called course, and then you can see that there's two different other folders, assignments and modules. We also get a printout of the home page, and the assignments are just sorted by assignment name. So if you go into one of these, you'll get what do you call it? A printout of the assignment like submission page. You'll get whatever files were attached to your submission. So there's these three right here. You get a text document with any comments that were at the page. There were no comments on that page. And then as well as a printout of the assignment page itself. So that goes for all the different assignments. And then the modules would show you something similar, where if you go on there, it's sorted by module section. But you also get a printout of just the module pages itself, so you can see what it looks like. And then here you can go into one of these sections, and then each module is given its own folder where you can go in there. You get a printout of the specific module page. This would be helpful if there's something visually that you needed to see on here, but you also just get, you download whatever download links are available on that page. So if you go in here, boom. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.